18th of July 2014, a group of men wrestle in the streets of Tokyo. They hit each other with shoes, pose for pictures whilst attempting pins, get attacked by a shark, crash into a conveniently placed tower of chairs and use a bicycle as a weapon. The crowd follows the group around, cheering and laughing all the way. But despite the entertaining and comical nature, for one girl, this match would be far more important than anyone at the time would realise. 8 months later, a new wrestler debuts for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, Misao. She runs to the ring in a green mask and matching tracksuit and takes a microphone. She exclaims she is here to protect peace and love in Tokyo Joshi, as she is a hero. It's a rocky start for Misao. As a rookie in the sport, she collects a fair amount of losses, but she's not discouraged, and always enters a match with enthusiasm, greeting the crowd with her signature phrase. She gets new wrestling gear and starts picking up some wins. But something's not right. Despite her proclamation of being a hero, she will often use dirty tactics in order to achieve victory. After again losing a match, Misao grabs the mic, but instead of the typical bravado of Misao's promos, she instead begins to reveal what her life was like before becoming a pro wrestler. Through the tears, she explains how she was a shut-in, had no job and nothing going for her. She ate only a bag of chocolate cream puffs as they had a high calorie content but required a small amount of chewing. It was only through chance when her mom brought her to a craft fair that she discovered wrestling and fell in love with it. She had not only a dream to become a wrestler, but a hero. She announces she will fight in a Falls Count Anywhere match against any opponent. Just then, Jun Kasai comes out to accept the challenge, a deathmatch legend whose body is covered in scars from previous fights. The man who took part in the match that saved Misao will be the man she must face to achieve her dream. On May the 3rd, it will be a hero against her own hero. Before the match even begins, Misao adds stipulations, saying that a bag of chocolate cream puffs must be eaten or pinfalls will not be counted. Despite Jun Kasai calling the rules stupid, he accepts the challenge after Misao convinces him that it now counts as a deathmatch, and he will never decline a deathmatch. The bell rings and the two begin eating. Misao kicks the supplied bottle of water away while Kasai is distracted, allowing her to finish her bag first. She goes for the roll-up while Kasai is eating, but he kicks out. Kasai attempts the same, but as he hasn't finished the bag, he cannot have the pin counted. The two brawl to the back next to a conveniently placed tower of chairs. Misao charges Kasai on a combat bicycle, but Kasai dodges. Kasai attempts to run Misao into the wall, but Misao reverses it and runs away, only to return with the combat bicycle and rams into Kasai. Misao is showing more determination and drive than she ever has before, and it takes Kasai off guard. He retreats back to the ring, but Misao chases him, riding down the stairs. But even though Misao is trying her hardest, she is not prepared for a match type Kasai has long since mastered. One big Pearl Harbor splash and Kasai gets the pin over Misao. In the post-match comments, Kasai says the chocolate cream puff rule was a horrible idea, but those chocolate cream puffs were the best he had ever tasted, and that he now sees Misao as a worthy rival. Misao may have lost, but she's gained the respect of her hero and the fans. Still, Misao would like to start progressing from a comedy wrestler to one that is taken more seriously, so going for one of Tokyo Joshi's title belts is a good start. She asks a returning Rika Tatsumi if after their match she would be interested in teaming up to get the tag titles. Rika agrees and the two begin their match. Misao and Rika fight with intensity, no tricks or deceptions. This is actually a rematch from 2 years ago, where Rika wrestled Misao after Misao had returned from injury. The match even takes place in the same venue. Misao goes for Rika's recently healed arms, while Rika returns in kind by attacking Misao's legs, meant to agitate Misao's previously injured ACL. She cannot lose here. Misao wants to get stronger, and if she can't beat a weakened opponent back from injury, what hope does she have? Unfortunately, that's just what happens. While clearly upset at her loss, she fist bumps Rika before leaving the ring. Later that night, Saki-sama, a French aristocrat from Renaissance France, begins attacking Miyu after the match had ended. Rika steps in to stop her, but Saki-sama takes her down as well. She explains that wrestling in Tokyo Joshi has become embarrassing and ugly since she was last here, and that she must fix that. Misao comes in with a chair to defend Rika. But to everyone's surprise, even Saki-sama's, Misao turns on Rika and hits her with the chair. Misao explains that she would like to join Saki-sama, and agrees that wrestling in Tokyo Joshi has become pathetic, just like her. She no longer wants to laugh while crawling on the floor. If justice had created a wrestler like her, she would denounce it and give herself to Saki-sama instead. Saki-sama asks for an act of dedication from Misao, to prove Misao's loyalty to her. Misao takes off her mask, cuts it in two, impales the scissors into the canvas, and pledges herself to Saki-sama. The two exit the ring while a crying Rika gathers the broken mask and leaves. The next show, Misao is almost unrecognisable. Her hair has grown long, her outfit imposing, and her demeanour cold. It's not just her appearance that has changed, her wrestling style has become more aggressive as well, incorporating big knee strikes and introducing a new finisher, the vanitas. Now teaming with Saki-sama, the two are now referred to as Neo-Bishi-gun. Despite previous friends and former rivals' best efforts to bring the Misao of old back, Misao is steadfast in her servitude to Saki-sama, stating that now her hair has grown long and beautiful, her back pain is no longer there, and she's become far more dominant than she previously was. And the thing is, she's right. Saki-sama and Misao tear through the tag division, defeating everyone in their path with victory after victory, until all that is left are the tag team champions, the Magical Sugar Rabbits, who have held the title for an impressive 288 days. The match starts at breakneck speed, with Neo-Bishi-gun refusing the handshake at the start of the match. Yuka and Mizuki strike them in the back and begin their offense. Saki-sama and Misao attempt to cut them off, but their moves are countered. Neo-Bishi-gun may have been able to defeat their opponents leading up to this point with superior power and viciousness, but Yuka and Mizuki have been teaming for a long time, and the two are unprepared for a team that are so in sync with one another. During the match it is clear Neo-Bishi-gun are focused on causing as much pain to Mizuki as they can. Saki-sama had recently tried to recruit her to Neo-Bishi-gun, but Mizuki turned her down. This rejection clearly infuriated Saki-sama, who is now taking the opportunity to punish Mizuki. No one rejects Saki-sama. Yuka attempts to save, but is cut off by Saki-sama. Misao uses her rose cane to choke Mizuki. Again, Yuka is cut off from defending Mizuki by accidentally drop-kicking her out of the Paradise Lock. With Saki-sama and Yuka both being tagged in, the two begin trading powerful strikes with one another. After a top rope crossbody from Mizuki and a double powerbomb, Yuka goes for the pin. But Misao jumps in at the last second to break it up. Countered off the top rope, Misao attempts the vanitas, but Yuka comes in to catch her partner. After a barrage of chest strikes from Mizuki, Misao gets her revenge by savagely stomping on Mizuki's arms and attempting a submission. Yuka once again comes in for the save, but Saki-sama is prepared and cuts her off, putting her in a submission of her own. Both trapped on the floor, Yuka reaches out and helps her partner find the rope to break the hold. In the final moments, an exhausted and injured Mizuki attempts an elbow strike, but is dodged by Misao, who counters into a ripcord knee strike. Savouring the moments, Misao picks up Mizuki and delivers the Vanitesse. And 1, 2, 3. Misao wins the tag titles for Neo Bishigun. The two end the show by welcoming Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling to the new world. It's finally happened. Misao has received the recognition she felt she deserved. Her and Saki-sama are now tag champions of Tokyo Joshi, and she will fight to the death to defend her place. The two hold the belts with an iron grip, defeating some of the biggest stars in the promotion. But what did it cost? Her friends? Her fans? Her ideals? Misao doesn't have time to think about such unnecessary things, but on the 3rd of November, in front of a crowd of thousands, all those doubts Misao brushed away finally catch up with her. After a hard-fought match, Misao is finally pinned by Rika. The same friend Misao betrayed and abandoned to get stronger ended up being the one to end Neo Bishigun's undefeated streak. And with this first crack, the cold front Misao constructed around herself finally begins to crumble. The following match, Misao is absent in Neo Bishigun's entrance, Saki-sama needing to drag her to the ring while she hides under a black cloth. The loss clearly has shook Misao, making her question the strength she gained when joining Saki-sama, shutting herself away from the world like she did before she learned about pro wrestling. After the match, Rika approaches Misao, asking that, after her defeat at Sumo Hall, if Hyper Misao will come back. Misao doesn't answer, instead follows Saki-sama to the back. Rika never wanted the belts. All she wanted was to get her friend back. Over the next few weeks, she would attempt to break through to Misao by mirroring stunts she had performed before.
Hyper Misao, come back! Come back! Hero ni naru toki. Sore wa ima.
She goes to hug Misao, but she is shoved away and left in the ring on her own, the same way she left Misao back in 2017. There doesn't seem to be a way to get through to Misao while her and Saki-sama are always together. Rika challenges Saki-sama to a match, but due to interference from Misao, the match is called off. Saki-sama, disgusted at having a match ended in such a disgraceful and ugly way, exits the ring and leaves Misao behind. Misao, embarrassed and angry, challenges Rika to a singles match. Rika finally gets her chance to face Misao one-on-one in a final attempt to bring Misao to her senses. She feels responsible for abandoning Misao back when she returned. Perhaps if she had joined forces then, Misao would not have taken this dark path. If she can't draw out the old Misao in this match, then there's none left to save. Before the match can officially begin, Rika wants a few stipulations added to the match. To try to bring out Hyper Misao, she wants this to be a chocolate death match, the same match type that Hyper Misao fought Jun Kasai, the match that gained Hyper Misao the respect of fans and that of her own hero. Misao throws the bags away, rejecting the idea, as it is a stupid rule. The two brawl all around the arena. They smash each other into walls, tables and ring posts. While Misao is recovering, Rika runs to the back to retrieve Misao's old combat bicycle and charges Misao. If Rika is more than happy to use weapons from the past, Misao is fine with it too. She brings out a chair and begins attacking Rika with it, echoing the event that led Misao to join Saki-sama. Misao covers the ring in chairs and attempts to use the Vanitesse at Rika. Rika escapes and slams Misao into the chairs. She grabs a repaired Hyper Misao mask and launches a hip attack off the top rope to keep Misao down for the 3 count. Rika extends her fist to Misao, and Misao responds. Rika wanted more than anything for Hyper Misao to come back, but she understands that it is Misao's decision to make, and she will accept whatever choice she makes. She offers the mask to Misao, but before she can pass it over, Saki-sama interrupts. Saki-sama takes the mask and waits for Misao to reject Rika's offer. Misao apologizes to Saki-sama, stating that while she is beautiful, she saw true beauty in the match she had tonight, and that she would like to walk her own path, separate from Saki-sama. Saki-sama isn't about to let anyone leave Nyobishi-gun, to leave her. The next time they are in a ring together, Saki-sama will teach her a lesson. Rika puts her faith in Misao, that she will do what's right before slapping her and then sharing a fist bump one last time. The match for Misao's freedom begins. If Misao wins, she knows that she has strength greater than Saki-sama, but she will also know that she was right in sacrificing in all she believed in to achieve that power. If she loses, she's lost everything. But Misao must block these thoughts out of her head. She must focus and try to use the skills that Saki-sama taught her in order to beat her. Misao hits the Valitesse, but Saki-sama is just able to reach the ropes. That was Misao's strongest move, a move that has taken down numerous opponents. The moves that won her the tag titles fails against Saki-sama. Has she grown stronger at all? Was all that was sacrificed just for show? Was turning her back on everything pointless? Was becoming a pro wrestler pointless? In what seems like instinct, Misao begins to revert back to her old Hyper Misao style of wrestling. Misao climbs the turnbuckle. With a look of both determination and realization, she stands and says her catchphrase. The Misao chants begin growing from the crowd, making Misao remember the feeling she had a year ago. She's a hero once more, and as a hero, Misao's fate is to lose. After the match, Saki-sama hands Hyper Misao's mask back, saying she doesn't need it or Misao anymore. Fighting back tears, Misao explains how she did want to be as strong as Saki-sama, but by chasing her, she wasn't able to discover her true self. But now she is strong enough to create her own path. Saki-sama wasn't listening as she only speaks French. The two share a handshake before Misao kicks Saki-sama and puts on the mask. Misao announces the hero that protects love and peace in Tokyo Joshi is back.
Tokyo Joshi no
In December 2019, a familiar wrestler returns to Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, Hyper Misao. She runs to the ring in a green mask and matching tracksuit and takes a microphone. She exclaims she is here to protect peace and love in Tokyo Joshi, as she is a hero. And this time, she's here to stay. Good job making it this far in the video. Congratulations, you win nothing. I know this type of topic isn't what you'd expect from this website or channel, but regardless, I hope you enjoyed it because I spent a lot of time working on this video. If you're a fan of wrestling, I hope I've introduced you to a new promotion that you maybe find interesting and want to check out. If you're a fan of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, I hope I did an okay job of recapping the Hyper Misao Neo Bishigun storyline from last year. And if you're not a fan of wrestling, I hope I've been able to portray why people are interested in this type of storytelling, because the Hyper Misao Saki-sama storyline was one of my favourite pieces of storytelling from last year. Maybe I need to get out more, I don't know. And if you're from DDT, please don't copyright strike this video. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't do that. Anyway, regardless of where your position is, I hope you enjoyed this video. Ta-ta.